Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Day Darling. I shall see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today. In a happy birthday to me, where I have a sore throat. So that's probably why my voice sounds like this. Not 100% sure if I am ill or not, but very much woke up and went, whoa, what happened to my voice? But should be okay, I think. I mean, normally, you know, you need a day or two to really know if you're actually like properly ill or not, in my opinion, but maybe that's misleading. And hey everyone, right now in Fawnhallow, it's 6:01 PM on Monday, September 2nd, 2024. Yeah, it's my birthday, so happy birthday to me. Yeah, so I don't know, if you're wondering, whoa, why does Day Darling's voice sound so husky today? That's why. But we'll be celebrating the birthday. I've done, you know, a reasonable amount of birthday celebration things. Like, of course, on the weekend, went to go see the Book of Mormon, went to go have some nice hot pot as a meal, which I need to talk about at some point. I guess not necessarily today. But today I am turning 27. Wow, crazy. I remember, like, when I started, was I like 22 or something? I can't remember when I started doing Animal Crossing or whatever. But yeah, so we'll celebrate a little bit of a birthday fun. Yeah, today was, it was alright. I went out sort of like shopping, just sort of like buy some clothes and that sort of thing. That's what I like to do. If I'm going to treat myself, and like buy some clothes. Nothing like actually particularly crazy. This was very sort of practical clothing, being like, oh, you know, I want some simple t-shirts, I want a simple light jacket, etc, etc. So I went to Uniqlo and Primark. I looked around like Zara, and there's not like many clothing sales going on right now is the issue. You know, the summer sales are done, the autumn sales have not started. There's no so far away from winter sales, and there's not really a thing such as Halloween sales. This one we mash it, right? Let's talk to our friends. So yeah, I did a bit of shopping here and there, and something very exciting is I got my ears pierced, because I actually had not like hit Pinata, press A over and over real quick. We know now about this, it has to be mashed basically to get all the cupcakes for it. Otherwise you won't have all the cupcakes. I mean, you can't give it to everyone who wasn't there. I don't know what happens if you try and give it to someone who was there to celebrate. Why don't we just sort of sit here and like celebrate the birthday? There's one for dancing, right? Hold on, all. Because I don't think Glee is continuous for a villager, but one of these is like fun dances or something. Was it a shuffle or something? Arm swing dance, there we go. We'll do that as our idol. Yeah, so I actually got my ears pierced today. I'm wearing my headphones in a very interesting way. I'm basically wearing them on the top half of my ear, to make sure they don't irritate the earrings. I don't think there's going to be any issue with them necessarily if I wore the headphones properly, because my headphones actually encompass the entire ear. But I'm like, better safe than sorry, at least for these first few days. It was one of the things they said, it was like, make sure not to irritate the ears or anything like that. But yeah, I don't know what else I was going to say about this, to be honest. I'll be leaving sooner or later. Let's go have a nice little meal with my friends. Have a nice little pub quiz, as the first Monday of most months are. So I thought I'd just record some Animal Crossing beforehand. I was going to do it like a bit later just to see if my voice like cleared up a little bit, but I think my voice is just not permanently, like, because it's just like this a while. We'll see if it's just like a lost voice or something. I don't know if I just heard something or not. I guess not. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what else to say. Nothing particularly crazy from my birthday. I will say, I'm going to turn on my light switch. Because it's reasonably dark in here. What is this on the ground? Oh, I see. Okay, I'll put that there. Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. yeah, okay, so today's my birthday. It's very chill, to be honest. You know, right now I'm a little bit older. I suppose I don't want to put it like a depressing slant on it or something, because I'm just gonna be like, as you get older, I suppose the birthdays feel like they mean less or become less significant, you know. But I don't mean that in a bad way necessarily. I suppose it's a numbers game, really. You have so many more birthdays that you sort of just like, oh, you get kind of used to them, if anything. What was I going to say about this? Yeah, because when you're a lot younger, of course, your birthdays, in primary school at least, so we're like, or elementary school, always like super, like big deals, right? You know, well, at least traditionally in UK schools, you come in school, you get a bag of like sweets or candy, and at the end of the day, you stand by the door and you give everyone a piece of candy to be like, hey, celebrate my birthday, you know, in lieu of having a birthday cake, because it's a bit inconvenient to bring an entire cake to school. That's just kind of how it goes. And then, like, you sit up in front of a class, everyone sings you happy birthday. You have 30 people in a class, so, you know, you do this 30 times a year. If it's over the summer holidays, then, you know, when you come back to school, you do it, like, right at the beginning. My birthday was nearly always right at the start of the school year, to be honest. Like, I mean, 2nd of September, the school year starts any point onwards from 1st of September in the UK. I actually don't know when schools are starting this year. Let's see. What day... Schools starting after summer holidays. School term and holiday dates. Oh, I guess it kind of depends where you live. Okay. Okay, go to council website. Okay, so it seems like it should have already started for at least where I live. Excuse me, make sure I drink plenty of water. Very much a bit of a shame that I've got like a sore throat on my birthday, but still, it's not really that big a deal. It just means I'm not going to talk all that much. All my talking is going to be a bit quieter than usual. If this turns actually out to be like a full-blown illness, then I'm going to have when we're going to have issues. But yeah, it's pretty chill otherwise, just sort of like relaxing. As I say, when you get older, your birthday, it doesn't mean less, it just sort of is a bit more chilled, if anything. It's a sort of like, you know, you do this sort of thing. I feel like it's sort of like dropped for a bit, my birthday, and then it like went up again. So like obviously primary school, secondary school, primary school I think it's when it peaks, like the amount of celebrations you have birthday parties, etc, etc. You do stuff in school. Secondary school, there's too many people, the classes are all different amounts of people, you don't have this like candy thing every single time. I guess it's seen as a bit childish, if anything, which both fair and a shame, I suppose. But you still have birthday parties, at least I did. In like my first couple of years, I still had like bowling birthday parties. We like when you're younger, we would go to like these adventure parks, sort of not adventure parks, like these adventure playgrounds, I guess is a kind of how you describe them. I had like a go-karting one. We had a Ski Electric's birthday party. I think I spoke about these before. In secondary school, it was very much like, oh, let's go watch a movie and then let's do bowling or something. Because at least where I lived, there was like a cinema and bowling alley and restaurant like plaza thing, like really close to each other. So we just sort of like boom knocked that out, and we did that for like year 7 to year 9. Although to be fair, then you start getting cool parties where you start getting like, oh, let's have a sleepover, basically, like, oh, let's stay up late, let's watch a movie at home or something and have snacks, stay up till like, ooh, past midnight. Whoa, crazy for like a 13-year-old 14-year-old or something. And then, at least on me personally, you know, like 16 onwards, like kind of stopped having parties. Like maybe we go out to movies or something, or maybe like invite my friends to stay over. But most of the time, I don't think I really had a party. I don't remember what my parties were from GCSE era onwards. But this is definitely the time where, like, if you're one of the cool kids, one of the populars, you start having like your alcohol parties, which is like, obviously you're not meant to, but you know, people do anyway. And at least one of the most popular ones I remember is like turning 18. You know, I turned 18 very early on in the year, and it's like, okay, can't really have like a alcohol party because I'm like literally the only one who was 18 right now. But then like throughout the year when people had their birthdays, sometimes you get invited right into a house party. People are like, oh, it's you're now officially an adult, you know, here's some alcohol. And then of course teenagers and young adults don't really know their limits and are very irresponsible is what I'd say. The biggest one I remember is one of my friend's ones. And the story about that is actually very funny because he said, oh yeah, like come over at 9, except he put 9:00. So I was like, you want me to come over at 9 a.m. to your house? Why? But I was like, all right. So I messaged at like my friend at like 9 and be like, are you ready? Like, should we go? And then I was like, wait a minute. I had like a moment of realization. I was like, there's no way he wanted me to come over at 9 a.m. That doesn't make any sense. And I thought about it a bit more and he's like, oh, he probably meant 9 p.m. That's me using a 24-hour clock, I suppose, all the time. Me using army hours, being like, not 2100 hours, not 900 hours, you meant 2100. That makes a lot more sense. So I didn't actually leave, so nothing actually ended up happening of that. It was just sort of like I messaged my friend and my friend was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh yeah, hold on, this doesn't make any sense. That's quite funny, but yeah, that's the bigger party I remember. He drank a lot. I'm gonna call him out. Drank a lot, and then like I remember we had the first drinking game. We were playing like King's Cup or something. I don't remember. Or did we do never have no? I think it was King's Cup. If you don't know what that is, basically everyone gets like a drink, an alcoholic beverage of some kind. You sit around a cup in the center. You put like the entire pack of playing cards down, and then each person in turns draw a card. Each one of the like card numbers has a different rule. I don't remember most of them, to be honest. It's like if you draw a king, you pour part of your drink into a cup in the middle. I think 7 is like never have I ever or something. Or 7 is like heaven, which I don't remember what that is. I don't know. But there's some rules. There's one where it's like all the boys drink, one where all the girls drink, one where you play never have I ever, one where you make up a rule, one where you have to play like the concentration game where you go around naming things. If you fail, you drink. There's one called Waterfall where basically the first person starts drinking and you can't stop drinking until the person before you stop drinking. So it makes like a Mexican wave of drinking, something like that. I don't know. It's all very silly. It's basically just like imbibing alcohol in like a weird way, if anything. But I remember that one because that was like one of the biggest like sort of house parties I think I was invited to. Now, certainly at that time, I wasn't really particularly into drinking alcohol or something. I'm very much just doing it socially, be like, oh yeah, because other people are doing it, I guess I'll do it. It's funny to look back on because some of the alcoholic drinks people brought like insane. I don't think I brought any. I think I brought brownies or something because I was known as like a baker back then. Normal brownies, mind you. Because I was like pretty good at like baking things, like baking sweet treats. So I bought like 2 trays of brownies and people were like, yeah, dear darling's brownies. But I remember one of my classmates, he wasn't my closest friend, brought like a cinnamon vodka or something. It had like gold glitter in it. It was atrocious, mind you. I still drank some though. But it's like, that is not an appropriate drink. Obviously, just bring like normal vodka if you want to do that, and some soft drinks or fizzy drinks. People bring like beers and Copperbergs, like cider is a very popular one. I don't like cider too much if I'm like trying to drink because it's quite weak and I don't like bubbly things, but it's alright, taste wise. Yeah, very approachable, I suppose. Yeah, but anyway, I remember obviously he's a birthday boy. Everyone's like, oh, drink, cheers, and all that sort of thing. So I think he ended up like leaving his own party early up to go upstairs because he was like super gone, shall we say. You might be like, this is like a weird sort of juxtaposition talking about this with Animal Crossing in the background, which is so family friendly. But I guess that's like what you get. What you get sounds so aggressive. That's not what I meant. It's just like what happens. It's just like life. If you're younger than me, if you're younger than 18, I suppose this will eventually probably happen to you as well, and you'll get to laugh about it as well in the future. And another friend who was like the youngest in year, who basically got to invite everyone to his like turning 18 party. He was a twin as well, so he lived in like a big farmhouse, lots of people there. I remember I definitely drank way too much there. And I was definitely like, oh, I've been invited, but not many people I know have been invited. Or like I'm not particularly good friends. It was just like I was pretty good friends with this guy, and I knew basically no one else in there. He was like started becoming like a theatre kid or something, and I was still very much my STEM nerd, I suppose then. So I remember I spent so much of the time just sort of like sitting in his bedroom as people sort of came to like take 5 or whatever, and I was just talking to random people, a lot of nice people here and there. Anyway, I remember definitely drank too much when I left. I also think I baked brownies for that as well. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was a nice time. Nice to be invited, of course. Definitely I didn't appreciate it as much back then. Now I feel like I'd be a lot more chill with it. Probably, hopefully. That's a decade's worth of experience. And I'm sure when I'm 37, I'll just be like, why would I even bother doing that? It's a waste of time. Not a waste of time, but like I'm too old to want to go out drinking or something. Which I think is fair. That's just the evolution of life. 47, I'll just be like, I don't have time for this, presumably. 57, I think it probably it loops around again and be like, oh yeah, I'll go out drinking. 67, I'm just like, yeah, let's go to Ibiza. 77, I don't know. 77, I'll just be like, I want to sit and like knit and talk to my grandkids or something. 87, I don't even know. That's like past the average age expectancy, so whoever knows, that's to be determined. I don't know if we have any, like, particularly old people. That sounds rude. People on the older side of age. Sounds ruder. Who are watching. Who would share their soul wisdom. That's just how I expect it to be. I'm very much at the age where I'm just like, you know. I mean, it's been like this for a past few hours. Like, how do I celebrate my birthday? Go out, have a nice meal. Which I'm starting to appreciate more and more now. Again, I'm not really much of a foodie, but I can still appreciate a nice meal. The thing I appreciate most though is like, oh, now it's a good excuse to drag my friends to go watch like a theatre performance or something. Because at least the way we do it is just like, okay, if it's your birthday, it's a day all about you. You get to call the shots on what happens essentially. Which is a bit weird for me because again, I'm not like, I don't have strong passions for things. Or at least I haven't discovered what my strong passions for things are. Or maybe I do, but, you know, I keep them rather internal. I don't know, this is becoming weirdly self-reflective. So I'm not really this type of person to be like, yeah, let's do this. But I am the type of person to say that on their birthday, so it's sort of like, you know, you got to reap what you sow, right? If that's what I say to other people, and I'm like, okay, well, I got to call the shots as well. Which is actually quite easy for me, believe it or not. Because they're just like, oh, you know, dear darling, it's your birthday, you call the shot. And I'm like, okay, I'll just pick randomly. It doesn't really matter then, does it? Yeah. So that's basically what happened. I don't know. I feel like, actually, now I think about it, probably as you get older, you probably start, like, wanting to have, like, small family celebrations. Well, I guess that kind of depends on your relationship with your family, to be fair. My family's pretty chill, so I'd imagine that's just how it is. Just be like, oh, you know, have a nice meal with my parents or something. Anyway, at least in Chinese tradition, it's very traditional to eat noodles for some reason on your birthday. Or at least in my family. I don't actually know if that's like a legitimate thing or not. Kind of traditional to... If in doubt, what Chinese food is traditional to eat during X event? Noodles or dumplings. At least in North China. So you can never go wrong with that. But yeah, I don't know. I guess the most exciting thing, if anything, is I finally pierced my ears. It was so quick as well. Like, I'll talk about it. Like, it cost £20 to pierce both lobes. I looked up, I was like, what is this called? And I was like, lobe piercing first, lobe piercing. I was like, alright, fine. And, you know, walked in, was like, do you do walk-ins? And they were like, yeah, okay, this is like one person who will go before you. And I was like, fine by me. Filled in a consent form, sat down, waited for about like 15 minutes, walked in, 5 minutes, pew, pew, done. And it's like, okay, this is how you like take care of it. And I'm like, okay, cool. And she's like, alright, you're good to go. And I was like, wow, that was quick. Bye, I guess. Normally, I meant to talk to KK Cider here to get to listen to Happy Birthday, but I'm just like, well, I guess I could. You know, why not? Ready for a song? Let's hear it. It's a real shame that your friends don't come out to look at this or whatever. Anyway, yeah, birthday. It's nice. We love birthdays here. We love to be able to celebrate birthdays. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it, to be honest. That's just kind of it. So, I don't know. Hopefully we'll win in the pub quiz. If we don't win in the pub quiz, then so be it. Some of my friends have messaged me, which I'll take the time to reply to now. Thank you very much. Thank you for realsies this time. Yeah, I don't know. I've yet to find out what the birthday surprise is for this year. If you don't know, there's a small group of us who like to do these birthday things. Not only get a birthday gift, but get like birthday projects or something, which turns into a little bit of a surprise each year. Of course, now we've done it for so many years, it's like expected, so there's not much as a surprise. The surprise is more like what it is, rather than if there is going to be one. The first few years is very much like a what is going on situation. Like my one was actually the very first one, I think, when I turned 21. They made a song, a song parody. It's of Sakura Kiss, someone High School Host Club, and they like stuck into my house. And I just like walked into my room and they were there, and I was like, what is going on? This is entirely bewildering. I don't know what's going to happen this year. If I'm going to make a guess right now, it's going to be something D&D related, since that's happening. Oh, now I think about it, I wonder if I should cancel D&D. Because I've not been recording stuff as well, because I was like, I don't know if I can talk for 20 minutes. I could probably talk for. I don't know if I could DM something for 3 hours though. I'll think about it. I'll see after today's pub quiz thing. I've also got this package here, which I need to like remove my address from. Which I guess I'll do that now. You know, this is what adult life is about. Or just you might be like, isn't it a bit excessive to remove your address from every parcel you get? Yeah, kind of, but I don't know, it's just something that's been instilled in me from my family, so I just kind of do. Will anything happen from it? I don't think so, well, I hope not. Best case scenario, nothing happens from it. Worst case scenario, I don't know, I guess I wasted like 2 minutes of my time. But there you go, happy birthday to me. I've also kind of stopped doing the custom thumbnail arts for Animal Crossing, mainly because it just took too much time. I don't have the time anymore to like consistently do it. So I apologise that it's just like a regular old thumbnail art, but still. That's just how it is, you know. Yeah, and I was going to stream yesterday to be like a pre-birthday sort of stream, but then I got a sore throat and was like, maybe let's not do that. And I was like, my sore throat is still here, so hopefully it's nothing serious. And if it is, then could be bad. I mean, one of my friends had a sore throat on holiday, so decent chance it came from him, to be honest. But I believe that if you just believe you aren't ill, you just won't get ill. So, no, I'm joking. I just missed the bin with everything. There you go. I guess happy birthday to me. And then like in a few 40 minutes or so, I'll go meet up with my friends and I'll talk about it tomorrow, whatever happens. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling, and likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.